Hi, friends. Uh, Welcome back to my camera. Just moved. Ah. So welcome back to an informative Thursday. Uh, so usually I try to give uh information on these days before I get too far into this. I'm your host, Brynn Chan, and I am extremely excited for this video. As you all may as well know, I do not script any of my videos, and so you kind of just get what I've learned. So, usually when I learn it, that's when I post it up here. So, this is a kind of a late video because I usually try to record and upload way before this, and it didn't happen. So, and I will explain to you why. And this is kind of informative because I made myself tea and it's everywhere. Let me just make it look a little cleaner. Okay. I do usually have it clean down here. I did not clean this morning. I know that was in a Reflection Wednesday. It's been on several Reflection Wednesdays, even before they were called Reflection Wednesdays. So, uh, it is not clean down here. That is fine for now. I've had kind of a hectic day. Um, no excuses though. That is not an excuse for not having stuff done. I should have still had it done. Okay, so I want to talk to you a little bit about the fact that I am going to go to Japan for my honeymoon. I have already decided this is going to happen. No matter what it takes, it's going to happen. So I wasn't going to sit there and wait and just not go. Because I've been wanting to go since middle school. Or I don't even think you could call it middle school. I think intermediate school. Okay, for any of you who have gone to a school system where it's like elementary school and then there's intermediate school, which is like fifth and sixth grade. So elementary would be like kindergarten to fourth, in some aspects. And then, of course, you got your pre-K, which isn't even part of the school. So it's pre-K, elementary, which is kindergarten through fourth. And then intermediate school is fifth through sixth. And then middle school is seventh and eighth grade. And then high school is, of course, your ninth through 12th. So I think intermediate school, I started to get a passion for, Japan. I loved Asia to begin with, but I don't think I really knew or understood um, the differences in the countries into like middle school. Like I was like learning about it more. Um, So I was really into China. So I knew China was its own entity. It was completely separate from all these other Asian countries. But I didn't realize how many other Asian countries there were. So I was really into China for a while until I started learning more and more about Japan. And so uh, I've wanted to go to Japan forever. So I decided, because I keep putting it off, keep putting it off, keep putting it off. I'm like, this is the year I'm going to go. I'm going to set up a date and I'm going to stick to it, and it's not going to happen. Well, I set up a date, didn't stick to it. Didn't stick to it because there were flight uh, ticket uh, cost changes, differentials. So we ended up going with a earlier flight, and it's only like a few day difference. Uh, so we're still going around the time I planned to go originally, but we're going. This is my first flight. I am terrified. So, this is my first flight, and so, like I try to do, is I try to inform you guys about things that I learned myself when it comes to finances and stuff like this. So, I have learned a few things. So, even though 5 months ahead of time is still a good time, like I said, like in a previous video, I think Tuesday, that's still a good time. But it's better if you can do it a year in advance. So, unlike us, we didn't have the money to do it a year in advance, though we might have if we had just looked at it into a year in advance. So, there's that. Though I don't know how hotel reservations would have worked or any of that, because I do hotel reservations sometimes when we travel to Missouri. We haven't gone to Missouri in quite a while, so there is that. So, best advice is to book your travel plans, like your plane tickets and everything, way in advance. Okay? Do not give yourself time to overthink that. Do it. Just do it. Like, if I were smart, I would have done it, like, after my husband and I got married. I didn't put it back in here. I don't know where it is. Well, now I gotta find my debit card. That's fine. There's only a few places I could have put it. So we'll find it. That was weird. That was random. Tangent. Okay, tangent complete. I'm a very anxious person when it comes to these things. I have gotten so much better. Sorry for my poor English skills here. At controlling anxiety and stuff. And so I don't get anxious over a lot of things. But as many as you could probably agree, when it comes to doing things like this for the very first time, you would be kind of pretty anxious at this fact, because one, not only is this my first plane ride, the first time I'm ever going to be on a plane, I'm leaving the country to do this. And yes, you will get videos and stuff while we're there. Their time zone is different from here, so it may not be exact dates. So I may be on Japan time uploading videos, especially if you want daytime videos. And they may not be uploaded until later on. Throughout the night here in the US, depending on what time it is. So I know, like, we share a tad bit of daytime with Japan, but not much. So for like a couple hours, we're on the same day. Then they're just on tomorrow. So, but that's how time zones happen to work. So, there's that. I've also learned that the place I decided to get my plane tickets, yes, they cost more than I would have paid if I went to like booking.com, but booking.com, even though they try to make it as easy as possible as they can be when you're doing it all yourself, they didn't have the option, let's say, to buy now, pay later, which the place I did it through did have that option, but of course my credit isn't the greatest. And I bring this up because I am getting things disputed off of it. It was a hospital bill. I've paid all my stuff on time. I've never missed payments or anything. It's just that one hospital bill. It's really messed up my credit. So definitely keep an eye on that. whenever you look at your credit score. So, with that being said, um, of course, when you book your flight, like I just said, do it like a year in advance. And then I don't know how you would do your hotel. I did, of course, my hotel in Japan. It's like 5 months out. Probably not even. Maybe not April. May 31st is when we're leaving, and then we'll be back June 16th, I believe. We wanted to spend our anniversary in Japan, but the tickets were cheaper if we did it, and we came back the day before our anniversary. So, small sacrifices, I guess you had to make. Uh, but yeah. So the reason why we did this company is because it was an actual person, and she was giving me advice, and she made me feel so much better about myself, very secure when it comes to traveling. And not only is this my first flight, but it's our honeymoon, because we didn't take honeymoon right after our marriage, like right after our wedding. So our 1 year anniversary is our honeymoon. So, but I guess now if you look at it, I guess they can be two different things, two different events. So we have our honeymoon in Japan, and then we come back, and then it's our anniversary the next day. So I guess we could come up with something else after that, or we just celebrate our anniversary a little bit before. It's fine. Um, but there was also things in their package why I didn't mind paying extra for was because there was a refund on the tickets if we wouldn't be able to do the thing. If we weren't able to travel, or if their flight got canceled or something, there there was a refund policy. So we ended up doing that, and they also, if there was a situation with their bags or something, and I think this came with like the super premium or something. I think we did just premium. Uh, but they also would take care of this, so I didn't have to like keep calling and trying to figure out what was going on, how we are going to get our tickets refunded. What they were going to do that for us. Now, on booking.com, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with booking.com. It's just there wasn't that guarantee there. There wasn't a thing on there saying that, hey, this is what's going to happen if this, or this happens. So, I say we, my husband's at work. I did this. My husband kind of just took a step back from this, and he was like, you got this. I believe in you. Let's go. I'm like, okay. So, yeah. Uh, Now all that's left to do is to try to find a taxi from the airport to the hotel. Now there is a taxi service, I believe, which is like $400 or $500, that they will greet you at the airport, and then they will take you to your destination. That's like their travel service, like their car service. But you can tell I'm a newbie, so I don't know. um, won't there be taxis outside of the airport too? I don't know. I have no idea. So, yes. So this is very much an informational Thursday because I'm giving you what I've learned today because I definitely had no idea about any of this beforehand. Like, I didn't know how booking tickets worked, and I didn't know, like, there was different places to get tickets, or like there was different prices for the same flight. And of course my husband and I were like, oh, we wanted better than like economy, but we went with economy because, let's face it, because like I said, this is the very beginning of our financial journey and our financial freedom. So it's not like we have like millions of dollars saved in the bank right now. So we have that, and so we're gonna just, an economy flight in the grand scheme of things doesn't compare to the trip that we're going to have and the memories we're going to make. So, all in all, I think that we'll remember our trip more than the flight. Uh, I say as this is my first flight ever, and I might definitely remember the flight because I'm just like, whew. So, yeah, this is a very unprofessional video, and I do apologize. Um, I do try to be professional while I make these videos, the informative videos, um, because I'm giving you information that I've learned that I want you to know. And if you've never been on a flight, then you might want to know this as well. But of course, if you've been on a plane ever, and you've been on a flight maybe in the country or outside of the country, you probably already know this stuff. So it's not news to you, but it is news for me and everybody else who hasn't been on a plane before. And hopefully this will not be our last time on a plane, because I do intend on traveling more in the future. So we will see. So we have our plane tickets now. We have reserved a hotel. We just have to find transportation from the airport to the hotel. And if I remember correctly, okay, so booking.com says that, because I did get the hotel through booking.com, says that we can check in until midnight, but the hotel sent us a message saying that if we're going to be there after 2200, which is 10 o'clock, then we need to call and let them know. Because if we don't, then they'll cancel our reservation, but it won't be refundable. So we're just out of luck there if we don't call and get a hold of them. Though I'm one of those people who are like, okay, time, 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 time. My husband, on the other hand, he is not a time oriented person. So I like being places early, and I mean early, early. My husband's like, we don't have to be there till 10. Got it. Be there at 10:15. It irks me so much. I don't understand. So we kind of had this battle. So I like to be there early. He likes to be there fashionably late. So we kind of, sometimes we meet in the middle and we meet exactly at that time, which still irks me because I'm just like, that's, should have been here earlier, because what if something happens, like your tire pops, or you know, car trouble, like car issues and stuff like that, or just unforeseen issues that you didn't account for. You know, this is, yes, part of Informational Thursday. Um, Always try to be early. Leave earlier than expected because you never know when something is going to happen. Okay, you don't know if you're going to run into car troubles, you're going to get, God forbid, pulled over. you know, so there's going to be a car accident on the road, you're going to get in an accident, stuff like that. You just never know. Yes, I've been in an accident before. No, I did not go to the hospital. Should I have probably gone to the hospital? Probably, but I took ibuprofen, not a bunch of ibuprofen. I took the allotted amount. Then it wasn't even ibuprofen, it was Advil. So, some people would say they're the same thing. I will give you something that says they're not the same. Uh, Mainly because my husband's brother is like, why do you take Advil? Ibuprofen's the same thing. I'm like, well, because Advil works for me. Advil is what gets rid of my pain and everything. Uh, and his mom has to take ibuprofen. She cannot take Advil. Because it will mess with her medication. So, you tell me they're the same thing. Uh, so, that's what I have, is leave early. She even said on the thing she was going to send us an itinerary, which is great. I mean, I didn't have them book any of our activities or anything. Just kind of being a dumb tourist and just seeing what's there. um, so another fact for you that I've learned from other people who have been to Japan is never go for like the touristy spots. Go where the locals go because it's going to be cheaper for you in the long run. It's going to save you money. Um, my husband wants to go to like every single 7-Eleven. So there's that. I guess that's a thing. um, do I want to spend my entire honeymoon at 7-Eleven? No, not really, but we'll see what happens. So don't go to touristy spots because touristy spots will cost more. Go to more local areas. If you know Nihongo, that was the most American thing I think I've ever said. Uh, if you know some, then you will be better off than people who don't. Not saying that Japanese people, not saying that there's not Japanese people who speak English. It's just easier for them to be able to communicate with you in their own language, as it would be if you had somebody from, and I will bring this up from actual experience. I worked at this Hispanic uh, Christian thrift store called La Casita in Kansas City. Um, and a lot of their clientele were all Hispanic, and a lot of them spoke Spanish and not English. So, just like how if and this might sound really mean of me, but like, just how, like, if you're in your hometown and then somebody comes up from another country and they don't know any English, it'll be hard for you to communicate in Spanish if you don't know Spanish that well. Or any other place for that matter, like Chinese or Khmer. I know some Khmer, not a whole lot, but my husband's mom is Cambodian, so that helps a little bit. It would be easier for you if they spoke your language. Like, say you speak English, that's your language, that's what everyone else around you speaks. It's easier for you to communicate with them if they spoke English as well. Now, I'm not saying that, they can't get away with not speaking any English like all the time or anything, because there are people out there who can speak Spanish and speak it well. So it helps them. But I don't know Spanish that well. I knew it more when I was working there, but not so much now. I couldn't. If you recorded a conversation I had a long time ago in Spanish, I would not be able to tell you what I was saying because I have no idea. Uh, yeah, if you showed it to me now, I would have no idea. So just like it'd be easier for us, it's also easier for them. So if we know Japanese and we go over there and then they don't have to speak English to you and they can just use their native language, then it's just easier. It's easier everywhere. It's like if you went to like Mexico or another Spanish speaking country, it'd be a lot easier for them if you can communicate in Spanish as well, instead of having to have them try and attempt to speak to you in English. So that's another bit of advice I would give to anyone who wants to travel anywhere is try to learn their language as best as possible if you're going to a foreign speaking country. Um, so just like right here, it says Hono, the lights on it, it's reflecting. So I got to Hono tojite kudasai. Wow, I'm thirsty. Hono tojite kudasai. Blech. Okay, well, usually it's a lot better than that, but not today. I've been really anxious today, so I can't even read English half the time on my computer today because I've been going through a lot of stuff. So I can't English today and I can't Japanese today. It happens. It happens to everyone. It happens to me. Uh, so yes. Matter of fact, let me take a drink of my tea. I made this funny, I think. So it doesn't taste like it normally would. I think I put too much honey in it. I think that's what it is. I think I put too much honey in it. And then I put an extra sweetener in too. So it's not just a normal 3, it's 4. And I had a sneeze. Okay. That was beautiful. Very beautiful. Very professional. Not really. So this is the most unprofessional, informative Thursday I've ever done. So maybe enjoy maybe the more relaxed kind of content I've given today. Hopefully I've brought some value to you. Hopefully you've gained some insight that you will be able to take with you on like flights and everything. It may not be as informative as I would have liked it to be, but I guarantee you when I'm going through it, when I am on the plane, when I have done the tickets, when I get to the gate, when I get to the terminal, first off, I did not realize that gates and terminals. I should have, because I always see things about it. different gates or for different terminals and everything, but I did not realize how many gates and terminals I would have to go through because I'm going to 4 different airports. So I'm going to be going to the mid continent airport, mid continental, and then I'm going to Chicago, and then I'm going to be in Tokyo, and then I'll be going to Nagoya. So Nagoya, Tokyo, Chicago, and Wichita would be the reverse of where I would for when I come back. So luckily, thankfully, it's all in the same airports. Does it normally change? I don't know. Like I said, this is my first time on a plane, so I don't feel like it would. Uh, so yes, we've learned things today. So I will keep you updated with that and whatever information I learn from there. I will post it on my channel uh, on the days I have scheduled to post. I will have to check and see what days are which. Because, like I said, their time zones are different. So there may be one day where I don't post, and that'll be probably be the day that we arrive. Because, let me see. I was going to end this video, but then I got distracted. And so now we have to go to the calendar and see what is going on. So, let us see. April, May. So we're going to be going May 31st. And we will not arrive in Japan until late that night on Thursday, June 1st. So our flight leaves at 8 o'clock in the morning, from what I have been told and what I have seen on our ticket. So we will be on the plane for the majority of our day. And so we're basically losing a day if you think about it when we fly to there. But then we're gaining a day back when we fly back. And I want to live in Japan. I don't know if any of you know that, but I want to live in Japan. I don't know. And I'm going to change these times. If you're flying, then you definitely need to save this in your content airport. You definitely need to save this in your planner, agenda, somewhere that you will see it, find it, get notifications for, because even though if you're like me, you remember exactly what's going on, what time you need to be there, it's still nice to get reminders so you know that you're on track and make sure, because there are a couple times where I have like heard something and I've stuck with that, but then come to find out that I heard it wrong. And so, yeah, definitely always put that into your planner and make sure when you get your notifications that you are going to be on the same page, because you don't want to get all your information wrong. So write it down somewhere you'll find it. That's my advice to you. Hopefully this video has been informative. Yes, I will end the video now. So hopefully this video has been informative and you've got some value out of it. And like always, invest in yourself because you are the very best person you can invest in. Stocks and gold and silver. And always pay yourself first. 10% of what you make each paycheck should go into your savings. I know that's not a lot. That doesn't seem like a lot. If you want to add more, you can. But 10% is typically, people can only handle about a 10% change before they start noticing, and then they start feeling anxious about it. So, of course, the more you make, the more the 10% is going to be. So, um, if you want to learn more about affiliate marketing, I will leave the link down below. And hopefully, I will get to see all of you in my meetings because I like to meet new people. So the difference between my husband and I like to go out and meet people. He kind of just likes to sit there at his computer and play games. So hopefully I will see you in my meetings for the affiliate marketer when you click the link below. There's never been a better time to start your own online business. So this can help you out. When you're an affiliate marketer, you have no boss. So I appreciate you all for being here. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification. I just snored a little bit. Hit the bell notification to never miss an upload. Okay? I will see you in the next one. I love you.